Sorry I'm late. So one of those compliance seminars?
Oh, well, was it good? I hear they play fun videos.
Oh, the presentation was great. I just didn't like the focus on the coding and documentation. It feels more like we're running a factory than a hospital.
Come on, I mean, it's not like we have an assembly line. The patient's diagnosis is important. And at the early stages, you don't need to have a final diagnosis since many times you don't know what's wrong with the patient. You do get credit for your thought process, and it's important for others treating the patient to know what your reasoning was based upon.
Well, I can see how that applies to the primary diagnosis. But what about the fact we're supposed to document secondary conditions that don't impact the patient's condition?
Well, you can never be sure of potential issues that could result from those secondary conditions. I've actually heard of patients with walking issues following surgery from an old bone break or having trouble recovering due to eating disorders.
I guess I can see how recording secondary diagnoses can be important.
Yes, you never know when that chronic or subacute condition could become an issue during the stay or the treatment. For managed care patients, chronic conditions are even the basis for payment, provided they're documented in the chart.
Okay, I get that. But how come even when I record the secondary diagnosis, I get asked to be more specific?
That's because if we don't code to the highest level of specificity, diagnostics that are ordered or services might not be covered or paid by the payer. The level of specificity in the diagnosis code is how you show that your patient is really in need of the care you provided.
What about the timing of the diagnosis? I keep getting calls from people asking me if the patient had a diagnosis before or after their admission.
Oh, you're talking about hacks.
They're not hacks. How dare you insult people you don't even know?
No, I'm not insulting anyone. They want to know if the patient had a hospital-acquired condition, abbreviated as HAC, that impacted their stay. For example, if you were renting a house or a car, wouldn't you want the existing damage to be reported before the rental?
Yes, I suppose, but it still seems like they're picking on us.
Well, yes, it does, but the government and now even some commercial payers want to track which providers have more mistakes and infections.
Why? Do they think that this is a competition?
And in today's amazing come from behind victory, Smith Medical Center beat Holy Cross by 3 points in the Provider Infection Control Bowl.
No, they want to encourage better outcomes. For now, a small part of payments are affected when there's a complication caused by the provider. But in the future, an even greater amount of payments will be affected. Managed care already operates this way because the payment is set, regardless of what happens to the patient.
So how do I show the condition wasn't related to the stay? Oh, wait. Okay.
It's all in the diagnosis coding.
Right.